George's successful products fly from one person to the next as fast as a jet plane. George Washington Carver was a great inventor. He was one of the greatest scientists that has ever lived. George was born in 1864 in Diamond, Missouri. He was born a slave along with his mother. When he was a baby, he and his mother were kidnapped by raiders and were brought to Arkansas. When George was older, he went to college at Iowa State Agricultural. George made more than 300 products with peanuts, milk, face powder, printer's ink, and soap. He also made more than 75 products with pecans and more than 100 products with potatoes, flour, shoe polish, and candy. George even made synthetic marble out of wood shavings and other products. George never got married. He also achieved many awards. He was named Fellow of the Royal Society of Arts of London in 1916 and many others. George died on January 5th, 1943. George was a truly great inventor.
Duke Ellington's fingers sashayed on the piano keys while he moves them as swiftly and smoothly as the wind, sounding so impossibly amazing, from right to left, low to high, making wonderful music. When you hear him on the radio, you think it's too good to be true. As he sings that song and plays that rhythm, it blinds your mind with enough power to destroy the universe. Duke Ellington was born in Washington, D.C., 1899, and started playing piano at age 7. Soon he quit playing because all he did was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that wasn't music to him. Duke's idea of fun was baseball. As Duke was growing up, he started to play the piano again. Why? Because he heard this new kind of music called jazz. Then he got his professional debut at age 17. I bet he was pretty proud of that. Then he moved to New York in 1923 and got on the radio in his early 20s. He wrote so many songs that he became very famous. Take the A Train was his theme song. Then Duke won the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In 1974 he died. Duke Ellington was an outstanding man. He played the piano and wrote many songs. Duke Ellington never gave up and works very hard. People still listen to his music and remember him as a wonderful man.
Hank Aaron's bat flies across the sky as he hits the perfect pitch. Hank was a great batter. He was a living legend. He was the best of the best. Hank was born around the 1940s. He was 8 before his dad could build a house. The house had no windows, no refrigerators, no furniture, no sinks, no bathrooms, and no electricity. If I had a house like that, it would be like I am in torture land. I always watch TV. Hank loved to play baseball. He would play all day long. He would play with brothers and neighbors. He played right field. He was a great batter too. He was so good when he was 16, he was asked to play for the Black Bears, a college team, for $10 a game. He asked his mom and she said yes. Hank took the offer and hit the road. Soon Hank got into the major leagues. He played for the Atlanta Braves. In a little while, Hank was a star. Hank won 2 batting championships. In 1965, he became the second youngest player to win the National League MVP. Also, he hit 755 regular season home runs, which was the most back then. Hank broke Babe Ruth's home run record on April 17, 1974. As you can see, Hank was phenomenal. He was an MVP. Hank was the best of the best. He was good as gold.
Ruby Bridges, her heart thumping so fast as she walks into the crowd of screaming and yelling people, holding up nasty signs saying white school only, as security guards walk with her armed every day, going to school. I could not imagine doing that. But that's exactly what Ruby Bridges had to do. Ruby Bridges went to church every day, but one day the court said 7 black girls are going to a white school. 6 of the girls went to the same school, but Ruby was not one of them. Ruby was one of the 7 girls, but she went to a different school than the other girls. She was the only black girl in her school. Ruby wasn't only the only black girl in her school. She was the only child in her class. She was the only child in her class because moms and dads didn't send their children to school because they didn't want their children to go to school with a black girl or a boy. Ruby Bridges was born in a small wood cabin and was very poor. So when she moved, she was 4. She was born in September 1954 in Taylortown. When her teacher was watching her come to school one day, Ruby stopped in the middle of a crowd. From the window, it looked like she was talking to the people in the crowd. So her teacher yelled to her, "Don't talk to them." But she did not stop. She kept on going. Her teacher yelled out to her again, "Don't talk to them." And she kept on going. And finally she yelled, "I'm not talking to them. I am praying. I forgot to do it." And she was praying to God, "Please forgive these people. They don't mean it." I think Ruby Bridges is absolutely amazing.
Effa had a smile as big as her heart. I'm not talking about any ordinary Effa. I'm talking about Effa Manley. Effa Manley loved baseball, but as a kid she could not play with her brothers because of the color of their skin. As Effa Manley got older, she heard of the New York Yankees hitting sensation, and she met Abe at the Yankee Stadium. Then in 1935 they got engaged proudly. Effa Manley threw together a Negro League, and the name of the team was the Brooklyn Eagles. She organized the Citizens League for Fair Play to let the Negro League players play against different colored players. Effa then got a bus for the team and moved to New York City. In 1946, they beat Kansas City Monarchs. Then a miracle happened. After all that hard work they did, a Negro League player got signed to a Major League team. After that, hundreds of people began to work in Harlem. Then something so aggravating happened and sad. Abe died of a bad illness, but a whole bunch of players were inducted to the Hall of Fame, including Effa Manley.
Pow! Bullets shoot through the sky like shooting stars or fireworks on the 4th of July, as Dory Miller shoots down 6 Japanese planes. One little pull of the trigger and it's down. 1 down, 5 to go. Dory Miller was born on a farm near Waco, Texas. Dory had many brothers, and I'm pretty sure if I had that much brothers, as much brothers as Dory did, I would freak and then explode. He had 3 brothers, but lucky for him, he was a boy too. Dory Miller was a very hard-working man. He has been the fullback on a football team and worked on his father's farm. Dory Miller's real name was Doris Miller. He changed it for some crazy reason. Before and after Doris had worked on his father's farm, he was working as a mess attendant, 1st, 2nd, and even 3rd class. He was even a cook and more. This may just be my opinion, but I would probably collapse of work if I were a fullback on a football team, mess attendant, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd class, worked on my father's farm, be a cook, and more. On December 7th, 1941, some Japanese planes destroyed U.S. Naval Base, Pearl Harbor. Doris Miller, then on a different plane, grabbed a pistol gun and shot 6 of the Japanese planes down, and pulled his wounded captain to safety. After attack on Pearl Harbor, Doris was assigned an aircraft carrier. In addition of saving a life, Doris was honored to get many awards. The awards weren't Awards weren't just for saving a life, but for many other things too. Some of the awards he earned were the Purple Heart Medal, the Defense Service Medal, the Fleet Cast Medal, and even the World War II Victory Medal. Not too long ago, after the Victory Doors was transferred to the USS West Virginia, where he became the ship's heavyweight champion. Doris still loves saving lives when, sadly, he couldn't save his own when a torpedo from a Japanese submarine blew up the ship that Doris was on the date of November 24th, 1943. Dory was wonderfully talented, brave, and of course a strong guy. That's why he's my star.
Did you ever want to fly a plane? Sure you do. It is a blast. You should fly in a plane alone. It is so much fun. But if you didn't go on a plane with other people, you should. Then you should ride in one alone. Hi, my name is Bessa Coleman. In 1995, my picture was put on a U.S. postage stamp. Isn't that cool? I also was inducted into the Woman in Innovation Hall of Fame. Here comes the happy part, but sad part too. I was born January 15 in Texas, or April 30th, 1926. At 34 years old, when my plane crashed in California. In my 20s, I became interested in flying. When she went to school, she walked 4 miles there and 4 miles back. She also walked 5 miles across the street in Waxahachie, taking clean shirts to rich people, and only on Saturdays. So that was me, and thanks for listening or reading.
The jackhammering king diving for the last ball out in the World Series. You guessed it, Jackie Robinson. I say Jackie Robinson is Black Babe Ruth. My opinion is Jackie was a hero because there would be no black players in the MLB. I can't see Jack Robinson is very athletic because he played baseball, basketball, and football. I think he probably misses a lot of practices. Jackie was born Cairo, Georgia, 1919. That's a long time ago. When Jackie started his career with baseball, he was in the Negro Leagues. But then he said, I want to be in the Major Leagues. But then that was only with the white. Now he is playing baseball for the Brooklyn Dodgers and was a second baseman. That's amazing. He broke the color line for baseball too. He is one amazing guy. Jackie's middle name is Roosevelt. He married Rachel Isam. It was really sad when he died from a heart attack. Jackie won a MVP award, won 6 national pennants, and was on the Wall of Fame. That's a lot of awards. I think he was the greatest baseball player because he won all that.
Michael Jackson is a famous musician who makes music come to life. His music is so awesome that you could go deaf by listening to him. Mostly everyone likes him. He is a big star. Michael Jackson was playing rock and pop music since he was 5 years old. That's the youngest musician I've ever heard of. His best-selling album was Thriller. It sold over 110 million copies worldwide. That is a lot. Michael Jackson was in the world record book for breaking the world record for most charities supported by a pop star. Did you know that Michael Jackson helped set up the Heal the World Foundation? For all of his great music, Michael Jackson is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana. He died on June 25, 2009. He was age 50 when he died. Michael Jackson's brothers were Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon. 4 brothers is a lot. His sisters' names were Rebby and Latoya. I think Michael Jackson has a huge family. 4 brothers and 2 sisters. Michael Jackson is a really cool guy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. May Carol Jepsen is flying over 100 miles per hour into space. Meteors flying past her, twinkling stars in the distance, a moon to look forward to explore. Jepsen, wanting to be a scientist since she was 5, is on her first mission in space aboard the Endeavour, here, there, everywhere. All over the world May has traveled, but not space. Now's her chance. May Carol Jepsen was born in Decatur, Alabama, October 17, 1956, and is still living. She moved to Chicago as a little kid. May was elected in school government. Jepsen traveled to many continents and was in Peace Corps for 2 years in Africa. She is the director of the Jepsen Institute. Wow, I wish I had my own institute. Do you want to be a doctor, a teacher, an astronaut, travel? Sure. May Carol has done all 4. Wow, that's amazing. Jepsen was the first African American woman in orbit and be the first to do an experiment that involved fertilized frog eggs in space. Cool, but gross. She was the first female head of the Black Union, and she has won 11 awards in her life. May Carol Jepsen is truly wonderful.
Get out of that seat, yelled the stubborn bus driver to Rosa. A white wants to sit there, now move, the bus driver said more stubbornly. Rosa would refuse to move and would also refuse to drink from black water fountains because she thought that it was unfair and would often grow thirsty. Rosa had hard times as a kid and growing up. She had to say goodbye to people in her life and stand up for her family, friends, herself, and for her rights. Rosa Louise Parks was riding home from work on bus 759. A white wanted to sit where Rosa was seated in the neutral section. Rosa refused to give up her seat and was arrested. It takes a lot of courage to stand up to a white. Rosa's dad moved away when Rosa was only 2 years old. She was then living with her mom, grandparents, and her younger brother, Sylvester. Rosa and Sylvester were very close. After her grandmom died, Rosa stopped going to school. When Rosa's grandparents were younger, they were both slaves. Rosa soon became a civil rights activist, fighting for freedom for her friends, family, and her kind. Sadly, Mrs. Parks died on October 24th, 2005. You were lucky if you got to meet this kind woman. Rosa will always be in our hearts.
Shaquille O'Neal from one end of the court to the other, as if a tornado carried the basketball and shot it right through the hoop. Shaq controlled the ball. Shaquille O'Neal was a strong man and an amazing ball player. Shaq was born in Newark, New Jersey. He is now 7 feet tall and plays basketball. Shaquille played for the Lakers, Magic, and Heat. Did you know that Shaquille O'Neal has been named NBA MVP and helped the U.S. men's basketball team win the gold IC medal? I think that Shaq was the second best player ever. He is very great. As I said, he's like lightning on the court. The sad part is that Shaq retired. raps rapidly. The sound bursts out of the speakers and the crowd gets wild. The whole world can hear the crowd. They get louder when Kanye's part comes up. His powerful voice booms like fire and raps like no ordinary rapper. Now here comes Kanye West performing his last song of the night, calls the host. After about 4 minutes, the song is over. The crowd is sad to leave. Now that the concert is over, people from the news are saying bio facts and star facts about him. He really has some awesome facts. Kanye Amari West was born on June 8, 1977 in Atlanta, but he moved and grew up in Chicago. I wish I could see what Chicago looks like. Kanye Amari West is Kanye's full name, but everyone calls him Kanye. He has many albums. Some of them are The College Dropout, Late Registration, and Graduation. The amazing facts they said were Kanye won a number of Grammy Awards for Best Rap, and people say he is one of the best. That's pretty amazing. He became one of the leading popular music personalities of the early 2000s. Wow! Kanye composed 7 of his hit songs. This Christmas, out of nowhere, Kanye showed up at a store for 90 minutes and helped wrap presents for foster homes. That's brave because fans could tackle him. Did you know that on the way home from a session in LA, Kanye fell asleep and had to get his jaw fractured shut, and he even wrote a song and sang it like that? Kanye West is a helpful, brave, nice, good rapper, African American, and nobody should ever forget the one and only Kanye West.
Jordan's basketballs jumped through the stadium like a criminal getting freed from jail. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn, New York. His brothers and sisters are unknown. Michael Jordan stands 6 feet 6 inches tall. That's huge! In Jordan's basketball years, he was on the Chicago White Sox. Michael Jordan was once named the Rookie of the Year. Michael Jordan was very happy when he played basketball. He might explode with joy. Jordan must like the letter B because he played basketball and baseball. Michael Jordan was so good at basketball that he won 6 NBA championships. For 2 years, he scored the most points, more than any other basketball player. Jordan was one of the few men that got to play at the Summer Olympics. He must be the best of the best. Jordan must not have been human. He scored 63 points in a single game. I wish I was there. Michael Jordan will always be the best basketball player of all time.
Barry's feet shuffle through and out of the defenders. He reaches the end zone for a touchdown. The crowd goes wild. With all his work and speed, he was carried on the field at the last part of the game and won versus the New York Jets. Another amazing fact is that with all his mighty good work, he was the first black person to win a trophy for best playing, and also with his work he became Rookie of the Year in 1988. With all of Barry's hard work, the Lions became second place in the college league, and the Lions were the national champions in the National League. Did you know that Barry weighs exactly 200 pounds? That is a good weight for a football player like Barry. Another bio fact is that he was exactly born in Wichita, Kansas, and he lived with the great brother named Deion Sanders. Another bio fact is that he played for the Lions, and while playing for the Lions, he was named the most valuable player of the year. There were the 5-star facts and 5 bio facts.
Have you ever seen an explosion of paints and watercolors making the pictures tell the story? Have you ever seen an artist do that? There's only one person that can. She illustrates lots of children's books. This amazing artist will rip a tornado out of the everlasting crystal blue sky and blow your socks off. Her name is Faith Ringgold. Did you ever know that Faith Ringgold lived and still lives in Harlem now? So that means you could see her right this minute. Faith Ringgold is a kid's book
illustrator. So if you're a kid, get her books now. I'm telling you, they're amazing. Her first book ever was Tar Beach, and it only took her a month to make. And guess what? It won a Caldecott Honor Book. Want to know something awesome? Her great-great-great-grandmother was a slave. Good thing she's not a slave. Faith Ringgold's ideas come from her life and people she knows. She was a painter ever since 1950. She got married to Burdett Ringgold. Then they lived happily ever after together. And Faith Ringgold still makes kids' books. Did Faith Ringgold blow your socks off? If she didn't, then too bad for you. If she did blow your socks off, then it's your lucky day. If she blew your mind out, then you're the luckiest person ever.
The best baseball player of all time, the greatest baseball player ever, Jimmy Rollins. Here are 5 star and bio facts. One star fact about him is his nickname is J-Rule. Another is he broke the Phillies' longest hitting streak. Here are some bio facts. He plays for the Phillies and 11 is on the back of his jersey. Also, he was born in California. He also played his first game on the Phillies in 2000. Some more star facts are he donates money to a charity, and he was baseball's MVP in 2007. And one more is the Phillies won the World Series in 2008. By far, Jimmy Rollins is one of my favorite baseball players.
He was born September 25th, 1968. He has been in 8 movies so far. He is a rapper and an actor for jobs. Many people have won awards, but this guy's won 13 awards. Do you know who he is? It's Will Smith. Will Smith has been in a lot of movies such as Bad Boys 2, Men in Black, and Men in Black 2. Will Smith has 7 albums out, and they are filled with awesome songs. One TV show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had Will Smith in it and successfully made it to its 6th season. Grammys are given to rappers and good singers. But guess what? Will Smith has won so many Grammy Awards, we don't know how many Grammy Awards he got. He probably won like 15 or 16. Will Smith is a very talented man, and we hope he will be in a new movie soon. P.S. He will.
These facts about Corbin Bleu will blow your mind away. He didn't star role of High School Musical when he was old. 2 years old when following in Dad's footsteps. Set of NBC's Today Show. Wow, these facts are amazing! Was nominated for Outstanding New Recordings for an Artist. Rescue dogs from floods and give them love after saving. Aww. Before he was 10, he performed with Hollywood's biggest stars like Kurt Russell, Ben Stiller, William H. Macy, Greg Kinnear, Tim Allen, Sid Burney, and George Clooney. Wow, that's a lot of people! He loves performing live. He visited shunners hospitals for kids. Parents let him do whatever he wants. He has supporting parents. Probably end up saying something to the person who was saying something bad to his friends. Interesting. And those are some amazing facts about Corbin Bleu.
Score, says the referee as Kobe Bryant shoots and scores with a slam dunk. The whole crowd shouts as if Kobe Bryant won a world record. That ball was flying through the air as if it had a jetpack. Kobe Bryant is the star basketball player on the Lakers. Kobe Bryant was born on August 23, 1978. He had two sisters, and his parents named him after a steak. Kobe Bryant always dreamed of playing in the NBA. He started playing for the Lakers in 1996. On the Lakers, Kobe Bryant was the star shooting guard. Kobe Bryant shoots 20 points per game. One time he shot 81 points in a game. He also helped win the championship from 2000 to 2001. Kobe Bryant made a foundation for kids to learn how to play basketball. Kobe Bryant is one of the biggest stars in the NBA.
He can crack fireballs in half with a simple swing of a baseball bat. If you blink, you will miss his home run. Ryan Howard's throw is a deadly weapon and can beat the speed of light in a race. He's a sprinting machine when he runs the bases. Ryan Howard mastered the sport of baseball. He is a great professional baseball player who plays in the major leagues for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's a strong, generous, and a great team leader. His sweet smile is one of a kind, and he is as shiny as a mirror with sunlight reflecting off of it. Ryan Howard was born on November 19th, 1979 in St. Louis, Missouri. That's one day before my birthday. Ryan has been playing baseball for a long time. He played for his high school team and his college team, the Missouri State Bears. He is a unique and one of our country's top players. He is a left-handed batter and wins lots of awards. As he won MVP in 2006, fans were cheering and a proud feeling jumped inside his body as a massive trophy was glued in his hands. When I first heard that fact, I was fascinated and I wanted to learn more about him. He also hit 200 career home runs, faster than any other player before him. He won first prize in a home run hitting contest. Hitting isn't the only thing he's good at. He can run like a furious cheetah and can play first base as easy as pie. He is a powerful king at first base. He has no problem getting any baseball player out. I would think that's some kind of superpower. To see him run would be almost impossible because he runs so fast that he can go twice as fast as the speed of light. His legs must be made out of robot legs that never stop running. Ryan Howard is a thoughtful person who cares about other people. He's never mean and always gives autographs. Ryan Howard is an amazing baseball player, and I want to be just like him when I grow up.
The first African-American First Lady of our country, Michelle, was great. She taught people that fighting is wrong. Michelle was born in Chicago, Illinois, January 17, 1964. Michelle was very tall. She is 6 feet. That's really tall. Michelle was the mayor of Chicago. She had one brother named Craig. She worked as a leadership training program for young adults. Michelle got married in 1992. She was a Democrat with a bright future. Michelle was first African-American state senator. I think Michelle is caring because she tries to raise money to cure cancer. Michelle is married to Barack Obama. Michelle has 2 girls named Sasha and Mila.
Fireworks boom when the rising star of 2008 is known as President Barack Obama becomes the first African American president of the U.S. First, Obama was born in Hawaii, August 4th, 1961. Soon, Obama went to law school and got married to Michelle Obama and had two daughters. His mom was American, but his dad was African American. Together they named their son Obama, which means blessing. President Barack Obama did many amazing things in his life. He wrote 2 cool books, and our president is a teacher of law. President Obama taught law in Chicago. Overall, I know our president is an extraordinary person and is an honor to have in our country.